I want to address briefly the explosion in conspiracy theories about the assassination attempt on Trump's life. I was genuinely concerned and a little surprised by the abundance of conspiracy theories during my live stream on Saturday as we were learning the details of what had happened. Individuals saying this was obviously staged by Trump. Others saying this was obviously staged by Biden. Where I start are a couple different places. Are there questions about lapses in security and how this happened? Sure. We're still learning about that. We'll talk about it a little bit later on the show. Is there a motive case to be made that Trump could have the motive to stage something, or Biden could have the motive to stage or be behind something like this? As I've said before, you can find motive, at least ostensibly, almost anywhere. But we don't go with motive alone, absent any real evidence. Right now, I don't see any evidence that this was a staged or planned event in any way. Let's talk about the staged by Trump to help himself. The argument for it was staged by Trump includes some combination of Trump didn't even really seem scared. It grazed his ear. We don't even really know if that was a bullet. When Trump's hand first came away from his ear, it wasn't bloody, so he got blood from somewhere. It was fake blood. Secret Service didn't immediately rush him off the stage, which they would normally do. Trump was scared that if Biden got replaced, whoever replaces Biden's going to crush Trump, so that's why he staged it. It's sort of stuff like this. A lot of it is conjecture and conjecture alone. Other elements of it can be debunked. The reason Secret Service didn't immediately get Trump off the stage, but rather hid him behind the lectern, is pretty simple from what I've seen. It's that the shooter was still active and they wanted to neutralize the shooter before moving Trump. So agents surrounded Trump. Once you hear them say the shooter is down, then they move Trump. Kind of disarms that one. Trump didn't really have blood when his hand came away from his ear. If you look at high resolution zoomed in pictures that have now been released, it certainly looks to me like Trump does have blood on his hand when it comes away from his ear. So a lot of these are details that if you throw them all out there, you go, wow, look at 10 different details. Individually, a bunch of them just turn out not to be true, but they then go back to just motive. Trump staged it to make himself look like the hero, the photo op with the raised fist or whatever. Okay, no, we have no evidence of that. The other side says, this would really be something Biden would orchestrate. The heat on Biden for the cognitive concerns from the debate performance, the heat was getting too hot. Biden needed something to take attention away from that. So it is Biden who staged this. Of course, that raises the question of, did Biden stage it to deliberately graze Trump's ear and give him a great photo op? Because that doesn't sound good for Biden. Was it staged by Biden and it was meant to kill Trump, but the shooter failed? Why would they pick that shooter? Obviously, it falls apart completely. And the motive story really goes both ways. You can find motive if you want to make either case. There is no evidence of either. Right now, the evidence is another radicalized gun nut and some real questions about possible security failures, which we will talk about a little later. If it changes, I'll tell you. But the speculation, including by some relatively prominent people, seems very, very irresponsible. Let's take a quick break and be right back.